I swear the communion table gets closer to the edge every week, and it's like pushing him off. Go on, old yeller. There you go. And then I'll just fall, and that'll be that. For those of you watching at home on video later this week, I just wanted to say that this message is absolutely inspired by Brittany Luby's wonderful children's book, Encounter. Available at Indigo and Amazon. But thank you to Brittany for being here again. Thank you for reading to all of us. But beautiful words. You know me, when I'm inspired, I think about Bruce. This is Creation Dream. Centered on silence. Counting on nothing. Saw you standing on the sea. And everything was dark except for sparks the wind struck on your hair. Sparks that turned to wings around you. Angels' voices mixed with seabird cries. Can't go as low as Bruce. Beautiful creation dream. The first song on his album, Dancing on the Dragon's Jaw. There's the album cover. I don't think I'd ever seen it unfolded, actually. Beautiful painting by Anishinaabe painter and treasure of North America, Norval Morrisseau. I looked for the title of that painting because I want to know. It's Dancing in the Dragon's Jaw. Painted, I believe, for that album. And Bruce, one of his most spiritual, not my favorite melody, but one of his most spiritually engaging songs, Creation Dream. And he sings about Jesus weaving his way through creation. That's whose hair we're talking about. I'm so moved by Brittany's book, Encounter, and I get that you get tired of people gushing over it, so I'm going to just keep gushing over it. Man, that's a great book. It's so beautiful. And when I first read it a few weeks ago, I just thought what a wonderful dream it is. It's a wonderful, wonderful dream, or a redreaming of how the first encounter could have gone between Jacques Cartier and the Stadaconian people, I think is what was meant to be, on the shores of the Gaspé, which is, I found out from the intertube, is a Mi'kmaq word, which means land's end. Dreaming about the before time is interesting because we usually are dreaming about the future. But those who dream about the before time tell us about it so that we can dream about a better future. I love Brittany's remembering of creation's part in the story. And in the corner, the part of creation that's going to speak next is in the corner of each page, I think. And then on the next page, Mouse, and then Mouse grab it. At least that's what I thought I noticed. Both Sailor and Fisher are surrounded and cared for by the joyous motherly love of the earth throughout the whole encounter. That's why I picked Genesis 1, parts of it. It's not an account of God's actual activity. It's not like God said thousands of years later when people popped up, hey, write this down, this is how creation went down. I realized again this week that it is a recounting, a dreaming from a human beings about what creation and the act of creation must have been like. And why I say that, and why it's important that the creation stories, the two that we have in the Hebrew Scriptures, are dreams placed on paper eventually by human beings, is because in the dreaming, the people, the ancients, knew already that we were made in the image of the divine. Let us make them in our image, God says. And the ancients obviously sensed that in their understanding of themselves. And so when you don't think of it as God saying this and dictating the story as fact, but you think of the ancient ones dreaming what creation would be like, they just had to tell us that they believe we were made in God's image. All of us. All of us. Lots comes to mind. Lots comes to mind. There's a maritime thing. I even wrote it like that. Lots comes to mind. A lot comes to mind. A lot comes to mind. Let me translate. when you say the word dream. There's sleep dreams, there's daydreams, there's waking dreams, which are different than daydreams. There's prophetic dreams, and so on. And then there's the type of dream which comes with something promised or something hoped for. Except dreams aren't just hope. A dream is a hope with images. A dream is a hope with images. Images that are deeply rooted in an understanding that we are better. And we can live better. And we can love bigger than we do now. There's lots of types of dreams in our scriptures. There's instructive dreams like warnings, orders, commands. Joseph, take your family to Egypt. You know, that kind of stuff. Actually, the other Joseph. Joseph, there's a famine coming to Egypt. You know, there's instructive dreams. And then there's possibility dreams, or we call them prophetic dreams, like the one from Isaiah. Dreaming about a day where peace will look like we've never experienced it. And we, like the prophets, the wise ones before us, need to use our deep imaginations to dream. One common trait of dreams, I thought this week, is that dreams are where we are freed from the restraints of our systems. Or as St. Paul said, we're freed from the powers and principalities that bind us. So if we think about our sleeping dreams and how jumbled up they are, and how things don't always happen the way that science says they should happen, you know, and it's all kind of mixed together in odd ways, and we can fly sometimes, and we talk to people we never talked to before, all that kind of stuff. I think any dream, even waking dreams, even prophetic dreams, even the dreams we have about the future, are always, they have in common, they're freed from the restraints of systems. It's hard to dream if you're living out the status quo. And the father of psychotherapy, Carl Jung, said that sleeping dreams are where God speaks to us most intimately. It's where our conscious life stops, and through our subconscious, God calls us and speaks to us and loves us, sometimes scares us. That is very intimate interaction. Dreams aren't flaky. They're not fluffy. Has anybody ever recounted a dream to you that sounded fluffy? Filled with bunnies and lollipops? We never talk about those ones. No, usually the ones we remember and tell people about have power to them. But we still use the phrase, oh, she's such a dreamer. Oh, he's such a dreamer. That Davy Moore's grade 3. He's a dreamer. We've often belittled those who dream of something better and think of their dreams as grandiose or impractical. Except this one stuck. This dream stuck. Do you remember? I have a dream, this man said over and over again. And he wasn't going to that day. He was stumbling. And Mavis Staples, legendary singer, Mavis Staples sitting behind him says, tell him about the dream. Because she'd heard him talk about it. And so he doubled in, and he dug down, and he told about the dream. Now here's the Spirit of God again. I forgot that tomorrow is Martin Luther King Jr. Day. And I still was going to preach about this. Spirit of God, welcome, friends. Spirit of God, I'm not here by myself. We are not alone. I have a dream. So we can say, oh, he's such a dreamer. She's such a dreamer. That's just so impractical, blah, 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 blah. You got to remember this guy. I have a dream. I have a dream. I have a dream. Just anybody says that out loud, you know what they're talking about. This statement, repeated over and over again, has helped motivate change for decades. Reconciliation is a dream like that. And it's a dream that's at the crux of our moving forward as a people sharing this continent. Reconciliation is a good dream. Remember, after the Gerald Stanley trial was over and the decision came down, many in this area gave up on the dream of reconciliation in Saskatchewan. Many people. But Elder Walter Linklater, another gift from the Anishinaabe people, gathered us with wisdom at the first Reconciliation Saskatoon meeting following the trial. He gathered us asking us to hold steady, to remind us of what binds us as a people. In so many ways, in his teaching, he was asking us to hold the dream. And that's what we must do. More importantly, it's what we as Christians should do. Time and time again, we are called to hold God's dream, to have faith in God's dream, to live into God's dream for wholeness, the Hebrew word shalom. This world likes to deny dreams and dreamers. People are too busy, too self-important, too conditioned by economics or our educations, or hardened by our worries, or hardened by our grief, or our distance from one another. But we must be a people of the dream. When someone walks into this church, they must be able to say, oh, this is a place where they dream. This is that kind of place. Oh, wow, this is a place where they hold the dream for a better way, for a coming together, for a reconciling. Mayfair Church, the dream lives here. Could it be our subtitle? Mayfair United, dreaming because we're called to. Mayfair United, dreaming, duh. That'd be even better. Dreaming, duh. What else are we supposed to do? We're Christians. We're people of faith. We hold the dream. Mayfair United, leaning into, living into that dream at every opportunity, with thanks to our God for leading the way. May it be so. Amen.